An interesting pick from Ence. They played it once at Pro League groups. They actually lost against ATK in that. So we'll see if they can step it up into this one. It is traditionally a fairly weak map for G2. One of the maps that niko sometimes struggles on. Let's see if they can step up this time. They've got the ramp fights at the ready. Look at Dihar, though, sneaking up. It looks like he has now been spotted, and G2 will recede back to the bomb site.
Are they going all the way here, Ence? Getting close to the ramp and cutting noise, but G2 are coming. They've only seen one, and now they see three, man. Pops niko, though. Very nicely done by him. But there's more fighting to be done. Hooksy and Hunter coming through now. Keeping the numbers close at least. 3 on 2 in favor of Ence. That's the bomb dropped. Madden and Senpai's coming through. Hooksy taking one in the face, but still alive. Able to get revenge for that as well. What a difference a Glock or a USP can make. Leaving Senpai in the clutch then. He knows one has taken a bullet in the face. Piece of paper might blow Hooksy over. He needs to find two. There's Hooksy looking for the info. Down to the last two players. JKS with the crouch will win the pistol for G2. Really down to the wire between these two teams.
Nines into this one. Hooksy, the man covering off mid. Doesn't have a quick rotation from A right now. And the molly has forced him back, so Ence are going to be able to close the distance, and Hooksy's not ready for them. Oh,
Splitting
no!
the bomb site. The Tech 9 comes through for DR. Ence's aggression is unrelenting and successful here. What did G2 even do from this position? They don't have position as far as B is concerned. And indeed, they want to limit the losses. Ence are playing awesome at the moment. That much you have to admit.
Were a little disappointed with themselves on their CT side of Vertigo against Movistar. You see here, just so quick with the flashes over the top. Love that the Tech 9s are so pacey in that round. Exactly what you want to do with them. And now Ence have every opportunity to get off to a good start here.
What a response. G2 will have smokes and frag. Well, I say fragging power in terms of their players, not necessarily in terms of their weapons. Ence have been good with the anti-force buys as well, I feel like. Vertigo is a different beast to Ancient, of course. We'll see how they run their timing. Big focus from G2 on the B bomb site. We can see Manasi holding down mid. Close to both sites, of course. Sneaker will be left to try and buy some time. But what are the plays here from Ence? Not giving too many sound cues away. Really go for a cheeky peek here. You don't want to wait too long to breach and find your first frags if you are in Ence's position. They've got the utility to make a play, to make an execute on this A bomb site. 40 seconds remain in the anti-force buy. This is where I start to get nervous, just watching. But you can see the rotation from G2 now. Hooksy is dealt with, and that is going to allow Ence to rotate towards the B bomb site. niko's going to strike over towards A on the ramp, and now the problems begin. They're not on a bomb site yet. They've got 20 seconds to find these kills, and smokes are up. Jumping Snappy tries to clear stuff out, running low on the bullets though. Senpai's and Dihar have big urgency. 15 seconds, he finds one through the smoke. Chance giving Ence a way into this round with the time so low. Very, very nervous stuff, but niko has an AK. Half health, one more to find. Down to 16 HP, he can't take a bullet. Only needs one onto Senpai's though. He doesn't have a kit. Senpai's doesn't know where he's coming from. Touching the bomb, and Senpai's will be there for the last one. That was a scary round for Ence. So Ence have put themselves in a great position. There's a lack of helmets as well, and these SMGs are still roaming around. They will be super dangerous. That running, that moving accuracy could be lethal if they can get close enough to these CTs.
Early kill over towards B with the two CTs aggressing, but that means they realize mid might be wide open. Again, this similar play, but this time there is the response to deny the mid aggression. Madden will now try and make a hero play, but niko one step ahead of him. Looks like G2 have been able to handle that aggression into mid this time. And that was much needed for G2. So we'll look for this ramp control straight back.
niko can use those sound cues well. Great contribution from m0NESY. Look at how they are clearing things. Never shy with the aggression on their CT side. Doing very well, G2. Up to Ence to answer back, and there's mollies over towards B as well. m0NESY delivers another kill. And Ence are being really handicapped now. 3 on 5. And m0NESY is refusing to concede his position. Got rifle support from niko. It's going to be very difficult for Ence to find anything in this round. 5 seconds on the clock, and I do wonder if they will continue to pursue something here. Nerds doesn't have enough money to drop in the next round, but what can they really get out of this situation at this point?
Makes it hard for Ence to fight as the smokes are faded. And that's just m0NESY doing m0NESY things, landing quick shots in towards ramp. Couple of bangers from him. A couple of rounds now won by G2. They tie things up. And this is looking much better from G2. This is looking much more dominant and in control. See if Ence can try and change that in any way, create some chaos. This B site could be vulnerable briefly. Well, Madden looking for this ramp fight, but G2 have been all over ramp in these gun rounds. They get another opening kill in that position.
HooXi delivering as well. Another 3 versus 5. Look at the lack of respect from HooXi. Having a whale of a time on the CT side, just running around and reducing the options for Ence, taking liberties with them.
E side with their T rounds. They had JKS lurking through mid a couple of times. So definitely good signs for G2 that their CT side is looking improved here.
m0NESY with plenty of targets coming up the ramp.
Oh.
I was going to say that G2 are against some teams, maybe they would condition them to start a little slower to avoid these early casualties. Of course, with the weapons that Ence have, the MAC-10, the Tech-9, that might not be the case, but also the way Ence have been playing, I would imagine they would refuse to be conditioned. But it seems m0NESY will be offered more sacrifice as players continue to head his way on the Ence side. MAC-10 will be collected at the very least, but it's not just m0NESY who is a problem on this ramp. niko has been as well. They will be playing together here. As m0NESY has the angle. Surely here's the scope. Down they go, leaving Nerds now to try and find something. But he will be denied as m0NESY finds 4 around that A-bomb site. Round after round, they are getting shut down by the brick wall of m0NESY and niko.
What an animal m0NESY was in that round. That final shot, he had no right of landing, but you see the utility. It just funnels Ence into this same angle. Makes it really easy for the CTs to win the fights. This one, it's not even looking. He takes a shot. Great video.
Very good video indeed.
Cool to see how much goes into something that you almost take for granted these days.
Have a look at the push that's coming into the site now. Again, the smokes are being used to close the distance. Rifles were collected, but Hunter will take that away. Got to get his reload in now as 2 players remain. See how Nerds is with an AWP then. Senpai's unable to retrieve a rifle. Maybe he'll take that AWP. Not close enough, so Nerds will have the first crack then. As HooXi gets into position. 2 of these 3 players with kits. JKS moving over. There's no one else there to trade that frag, really. It's an awkward angle as well. Great flick from Nerds, though. Senpai's hiding as Hunter makes his way to the bomb, but he's baiting. And St. Pius is a non-believer. He may have just won the round for his squad. Spots Hunter, and there isn't enough time. Ence with the Tech 9s will break the A-bomb site. But now they've got to do it with the rifles.
Damn, they're just able to get up close. The smoke wall pays off for them. Getting into position. They're able to find m0NESY quite early here and get that AWP onto the bomb site. And once they get it recovered, Nuts does great work. Hunter tried his best, but not enough on this occasion. And once Ence get that ramp control, they're able to find success there on the A-bomb site. So that could be an interesting trend going forwards. Do G2 need to aggressively fight for ramp in order to block them out? Well, they're trying, and Madden might be disappointed. He missed his opportunity there. Looked like he was going to get the drop on niko, but niko wins the opening fight, and Ence once again denied their ramp control.
That is a big problem they seem unable to solve. It's giving G2 such good advantages, such strong advantages in these rounds. m0NESY with the luxury of range is a constant problem. See G2 not sitting back on that one-man advantage. Continuing to poke forward. Hunter's going to be lost though, and it's getting awkward for hooksy. He'll trade with a HG grenade, and Nerds will be falling back with 33 HP. niko able to escape the situation as well. m0NESY makes things harder for Ence. 2 remain now, but versus the 3 of G2, maybe there's a chance for them. 40 seconds on the clock. Dihar showing presence towards this A-bomb site. A second molly as well. But what is Nerds looking to do? Do they think that there are 2 players here because of those 2 Molotovs? Gets the entry and shows the bomb, Dihar. But how does Nerds help him out here? 14 seconds to plant that bomb. Nerds coming in from the back.
Molly?
niko's down. Bomb is planted. It's turning around now for Ence finally. JKS in the clutch. Both these players are quite tagged. But surely they'll be in a trade frag scenario. He's got a smoke. Doesn't have a grenade or a molly. That would certainly help him here. He has a kit as well. Can see the position of Nerds waiting to pop out with his teammate. JKS up top looking for these players. He knows Nerds is by the sandbags now. But he still needs to find 2 frags. Won't find anything once he's into that smoke. And Ence have finally been able to breach that ramp.
Yeah, unfortunate there for JKS. Had an opportunity in the 1-on-2. And he did have an incendiary initially, but he tried to throw it towards the site. And the bomb planter was so low, it could have maybe got that kill. But I think he ended up throwing it into the smoke, sadly. And that ended up being a bit of an error, as if he still had that molly for the retake, he could have mollied sandbags. And that would have been a free kill, almost guaranteed. So unfortunate there for JKS, but a nice round for Ence. And I think the fact that they're able to trade m0NESY this time was important, because he was getting multi-kills there previously. This time up on the ledge, he gets 1 shot off, he gets traded, and that helps Ence take this bomb site. So great to see that they have been able to adjust slightly and get that ramp control a little later in the round. Now we've got to see what G2 think about that. They've still got a good buy for themselves here. We will once again see G2 start with the 3 players towards A early. And Madden, again, making a similar play. This time with the MAC-10, but he's been spotted. And this time flashed is Hunter. So it's 2 entries for Pius.
Refusing to be conditioned. Cavalry came just in time through the smoke there to make it a 2v1 on that first kill. And now there's plenty of space for Nerds to work with all of a sudden. Finally, a change of fortune for Ence. JKS, though, was he looking at the radar? A bit late on the shooting there. G2 don't have the cash for this. Bearing in mind it's only 5-5, it's looked so rough for Ence, especially in this position. But there's plenty of time for them to pull away with a lead as we head towards half-time.
This round, just able to get those 2 initial kills. This is Pius, yeah, emerging through the smoke. I don't know how Hunter got blind in that round. There wasn't a flash assist. on the scoreboard, but either way, haven't really had utility for retakes or for trying to deny that bomb plant. Let's see if they go all in on the ramp fight again. This time a bit of aggression over towards B. JKS has been blinded, but ramp control has been held early. In fact, it's mid that might be the issue. Hunter spots out the aggression, and now niko has been picked on ramp.
Not going back to business as usual then for G2. Honestly, we'll have some sound cues maybe from that ladder position. There's a lot of time to go. G2 have some smokes to play with though, if they'll be in the right place with them. See if they come JKS's way later on. In a forward position, but you never know what's around the corner. The minute on the clock, Ence will still show some presence towards that A-bomb site. See Munisi on the side there. It's going to be hard to trade that frag if he gets something from here. There's a flashbang though. Beautiful from Ence. They wipe out the A-bomb site. And G2 are broken again. Cancelling things as they considered poking towards A. And they will lose everything on B.
Vigils have been performing. Last round of the half here for G2 to try to save a 6th round. They have a good buy. They could really do with salvaging one more round here at the half. Again, this ramp position has been favored to Ence more often than not. Looks like a slower start to the round this time for the European squad, though. And maybe a B play, which we haven't really seen much of from Ence. They haven't really needed it.
Who takes momentum into the second half then? Let's not forget who won the pistol in this half.
Yeah. Okay, Nurse is just killing people.
Nurse is having the time of his life. Catching up with Dihar's 12 kills now. As niko creeps towards A. A lot of rotation here from Ence, it looks like.
Oh,
they
Hunter.
are pressing forward.
Hello.
Hunter, indeed, he's taken business into his own hands. The bomb will be planted over towards B. Dihar has an angle. JKS must be careful here. Dihar popping out just as the rifle swings out. And Nurse has got a nice angle himself as well. That leaves niko in a clutch then. 1 versus 3. G2 need every round they can get. There's the first one for niko. 2 more to find. He's got a kit. He doesn't have a smoke. And that clock is ticking. 1 on the stairs. Dihar has been dropped as well. Nurse has only got 18 HP, but he's got a molly on the bomb, and that might just be enough. niko on the way to get that final kill, but has he got time to defuse this bomb? It's going to be a close one. I'm not sure he's going to make it. It's going to be a close one! 10 rounds for Ence after struggling on the ramp. They break G2 and storm this first half. We'll see what happens in the second.
All the pressure of being the #1 team in the world. A lot of people's favorites for this tournament. And potentially going out in the second round of playoffs right now. Pistol round so important. Oh, that's a big team flash. Not what Ence needed, but niko will take that all day long. And now Pius recedes into CT, trying to find a cheeky angle that's unexpected, but they arrive all around him. Madden not able to get here in time, so the site has been swarmed. And this is looking like an excellent pistol from G2, starting as they mean to go on.
G2 coming into this one angry.
Snappy's getting so close with all these warning shots. Just not landing. Finally, he gets niko out of there. Oh, where that came from, though. Hooksy arrives onto the site. A couple of kills for him, but the rotate has arrived here. The pistols for Ence doing some real damage now. And JKS hits the deck. It's only Hunter remaining. And he has to be a hero here, but it's not going to happen. DR with another dig shot. And that is brutal for G2.
Oh my god.
But someone's put you on hard mode this time.
Ixie, I will presume, dropped the Galil to JKS and we will be rolling with a Glock, but JKS takes a fat pie to the face. Down to 50 HP then, before the proceedings really begin. Oh man. Wonderful stuff we're seeing from Ence.
Ooh.
JKS though, trying to keep his team in the fight with that solo rifle. Look at that swing from niko. We can do deagles too, he says.
All right, G2. They say you want to brawl, Ence, then we'll brawl. Get down in the mud with them and hit them right back with a round. Really been D-Heart and Nerds delivering so far. Standard ramp smoke early from Snappy. See Ence not going as heavy towards A here in their default stance in this round. Sunpius has actually taken that up towards mid. See if that pays off for Ence early in this one.
No flashes for Ence, which makes things really interesting on the B bomb site in terms of defense, swinging, trying to find some kills. And we can see that G2 have a focus on that bomb site. Angles being compromised, but that hole gives Sunpius something. D-Heart's found two. Sunpius in that mid position. Hasn't seen the cross of the second player, but he's rotating towards CT. And one could creep through the smoke indeed, as m0NESY does the same. He is surrounded. He's got the sound cues. niko planting the bomb. m0NESY surely gets traded and won't even find the kill. niko in the clutch once again, and Snappy will slow him down. Ence survived with 3 with no flashes. D-Heart finding 2 on the B bomb site, as there's a gap in the smoke in mid, which allows Sunpius to get a 3rd kill in quick succession. Then they finish off the job afterwards.
Looks like more of a default this time round. And still fighting for ramp, but only 2 CTs here right now. Utility forces niko back. He was blind there. Hunter taking huge damage. Was he able to get 1 kill with the molly?
G2. Here come the grenades and JKS to run distraction as the meat and potatoes are over towards that stairs position. m0NESY waits for Sunpius, baited in, looking for information, then punished for it. This is a rough one for Ence if they lose this round, if they lose their personnel. That looks more and more likely now as Mudden gets dropped. What does Nerds do now? They can't afford to lose all these weapons. They've got money issues and they're going to have to disengage. G2 heading towards 10 rounds then, 3 rounds away from catching up with Ence, but fighting tooth and nail to stay in this one. Oh, all right then. What a disastrous situation for G2. Through the smoke, and Sunpius is here for a 3rd. Oh, what a crushing blow. They can't afford to lose like this. What is happening?
Oh, so close from Hunter.
This is brutal. Absolutely brutal. The man knows his angles and he's rewarded for them. I think he just saw Hunter. You can see the reaction in the teammates as well. Hunter laser focused on Madden. But what about the remainder of the squad? D-Heart's here to finish off the job. That is a massive round for Ence. Through the smoke, finding 2. A 3rd one quickly afterwards, and look what it's done to their money. Holy potatoes.
Oh my god. It's not even like a big spray. It's almost like a little burst through. And now G2. I mean, what do you even do here? You've got 1 AK. You haven't even got full utility. That could be a massive moment, and that's a massive nade. Damage done across the board to G2. Oh, another one. m0NESY with the AK just taking fire from all sides. niko's gone. Man advantage for Ence already. boost about to be spotted here. Nuts plays it in on this angle. 8K drop. Diha with a spray through the wood. It is looking desperate for G2. There is no way in. It's going to be map point. It's going to be series point for Ence. Have a feeling for something. Find a way to create some chaos or you are gone.
Crikey. What a massive victory this would be for Ence. Snappy having a look-see. Oh, the HE grenade might go too far, actually. Indeed, it will. That could have been devastating. niko often devastating with a Desert Eagle. They've gone past the angle, but man, have seen too many of them. And then there were 3. JKS holding on with 4 HP. And it's just JKS and Hunter now. St. Pius dodges the pistol. JKS with 4 HP versus 4 Ence players. And he can't do it either. 16 to 10. 2-0ing G2. Taking their pick of Ancient and then closing it out on their own pick of Vertigo. That is a huge victory for Ence.